Tuesday special for 5 o'clock live. Uh, got many things to go through. Let's get started. We're doing the smart cash. Okay. So let's give the card the shuffle. So smart cash. Shuffling out those cards. Hello. So smart cash. It seems that their health is not the greatest at the moment. There's a lot of things going on within the platform itself. Okay. And a lot of things that were going wrong with them um, are going to be reversing very, very soon going forward. Money wise, there's some legal things going on with them. So it's that's going to be holding them back a little bit into the near future. Over by the time they get through that, I think it's going to be fairly good in the next year or so. Um, Many of the people that were involved with it are just having a little bit of an emotional um, situation right now because they're unknowing or do not know if it's going to go forward, and it will go forward. Um, as we're seeing a lot of things that they're overcoming, um, being right side and bringing it forward for themselves. Also, the people that are involved in it, there's going to be some brand new people coming into this fray, and many of the people that were causing some troubles are going to be going away. So, somebody had already asked about Starlink. I think I talked about that last episode, but we can do a quick one. Okay. Shuffling up the cards here. Now, Starlink is the internet company, I believe, with some secret things going on behind the scenes. It looks like. Looking at the health of it, there's some type of secret organization that's part of it and making it a lot better. I think I talked about this last time. Is the troubles that they were having is now going to be solved by this unknown organization coming in to help them out. I think it's what some people call the white hats. Okay. Coming in to help them out and to put everything that was going wrong with them, which they had a little bit, much, much better. Hello from England. Um, what else we got here for Starlink? Um, if you've invested in it, there's going to be a period of time when you're a little disheartened by the way the price is going. But I believe this new secret organization coming into it is going to make it better in the future. Okay. And that's represented by many of the cards that are part of the friends and the family and the people that are associated with this one um, are going to be bringing it further along. Okay. And metaverse crypto. Oh, is it? It is. Okay. So, yes, they'll be just fine. They're just waiting on certain aspects to correct themselves. Um, do you do free card pulls? What exactly do you mean by that? Hmm. Well, we'll move on to the next one. which is dent. Okay. So, Allison, is it something that you wanted me to do the cards on today? As we're getting into dent. Okay. And that is the cell phone company, not the actual dental insurance one. A lot of people get confused with that. Dent. There's was some regulatory thing that was going on with them, and I think that's going to be going through just nicely. They're planning on expanding their network very, very soon, according to the cards. And financially, it's kind of going to be low for the next little while. Okay. Um, but overall, I believe in the year or two, I think they're going to be just fine. Um, Maybe a good time to get a little bit of that crypto before it gets much higher price. A little bit of turmoil within the team. That's going to be corrected with a new boss that's going to be coming in, um, just to straighten everything out. Uh, yeah, an emotional sichu. What is sichu? Hmm. Well, well, we're finding out what that is. Um, situation, an emotional situation. Okay. Okay, I can do a quick one for that. Um, Whoever this situation is, I think it's with another person. Um, you're thinking they're holding information back from you, okay? But that's a perception that you may have about them because they don't fully understand you, okay? But we got the temperance card with that. And so that just means that's just telling me that you're going to be um, fixing whatever it is the difference is between you, and it's going to be a good mix. I don't think he's a scammer. Okay. XLM. Okay. We'll do one more, then we'll go back to my list. So XLM. Huh. I think I talked about this one a couple shows ago, that they were a little shaky for the next little while, and that is showing up in the cards. We've got the tower, which usually means destruction. Okay. Um, in a certain aspect of it. Okay. There's some secret things that fell through for them and aren't doing well for them for the time being. Okay. The health of it is fine. It's time for them to kind of go into themselves and keep working on the project that they were or are working on, and trying not to put themselves out there too much until they figure out all the things going on, the situation around them. Okay. But overall, once they achieve uh, or repair many of the things that were going wrong with them, They will be just fine. Well, thank you, Allison. Getting back to our list here, we got wirex token. So wirex. Now this one I've done readings about previously, and it's one that was kind of it's okay, but I do have a feeling that the financial part of their situation is not the greatest right now, and with that, everything will be topsy turvy for them for the next little while because they're focusing too much on what's going wrong instead of all the things that are going right with their platform. So they're stuck in what it isn't instead of focusing on what is. Okay. So this is holding them back for the next little while. And because I think it's part of um, XRP, sort of, um, there's that as well going on behind the scenes that's affecting their path forward for them. Okay. Um, okay. So we got, go back to the chat here. Peter Wang, you're asking about Rome, the country or the coin? Okay, so let's do the multiverse AI. Okay, it's next on our list. That's a very good question. About somebody's asking what happens tomorrow with the Fed meeting. So we'll get the multiverse AI done up, which is it's not looking so great. There was some secret things going on behind the scenes. This is for multiverse AI. Somebody had asked for this in my comment section. It seems that all the things that they were building on and the people they were trying to build with, okay, fell through and fell flat on its face. So that celebration that they were hoping for didn't pan out the way that they wanted. So this is going to be not affecting the financial part. It's kind of going to be like magic where it's going to survive because of people coming into the fray to help it along. Okay. There's going to be the end of a lot of part of the organization that is working on that. Okay. And thus they're waiting for new people to come in to fit the bill that for the people that have just left. Okay. So multiverse AI might want to wait on that one. Um, yeah, I see it as me. It's okay. I'd rather put my money into other things at the moment. Okay. Um, let's do that Fed meeting. That's a good question. So that Fed meeting going on, which is going to affect everything and everything. Ooh. Okay, the Fed meeting. There was a lot of confusion on what they wanted to do right away, but they know that they have to raise interest rates. And we've all kind of known this was supposed to happen and should happen. But when that happens, everything kind of falls flat on its face, and including cryptocurrencies. Even now, they're not attached to one another. Okay. The traditional market and the crypto market, they seem to be tied together because there's a lot of old stock market guys that are now into the cryptocurrencies, and they're treating it like regular stock market. And so this is going to be down the price later on, uh, after the Fed has made their announcement. There's some secret things going on behind the scenes. I think this is the white hats bringing in a new financial system in about a year, hopefully, or sooner. There's a lot of things happening behind the scenes around the Fed. They know their number is up. Okay. So they're going to have to figure out how to keep everything alive. This is the white hats that are going to be coming in and booting out the Fed. Okay. And correcting many of the mistakes that they had done in the past and present. Um, there's in the people that are associated with, there's a lot of foolishness coming in. Stock market will go up. The only thing that's holding the stock market together is because the Fed, okay, is pumping money into the system continuously. And now we got the head of the head of the Fed say they were going to be curtailing that a little bit, which made the last crash happen. And it was on that announcement when they raise um, interest rates, meaning there's no more free money for organizations and stock market people to buy. Okay, so this is going to be detrimental to the whole system when they do that, because the money's no longer free, okay, for the bigger investors. So when that happens, a lot of things are going to be crashing, okay, because they can't pay the bill when they raise the interest rate. It should be done, yes, but it's going to be not good for the next little while when they do that. But they do need to do it to put everything back to where it should be. Hopefully that makes sense. New York coin. Do New York coin. Something Brad was talking about the truckers. Very important thing to do or ask. I was following it today, and that Mr. O'Toole. Look for him on Facebook or his latest video. He's not getting it. If you're interested in the Canadian politics, I don't want to say too much because I don't want to get into trouble from Mr. O'Toole or any of the Canadian government. So now we're talking about New York coin. The health of it is because we got the death card right off the bat. Death usually means the destruction of something, or not necessarily the death, but an extreme change. Okay. And all the other cards around it are reversed on what New York coin should be. Okay. Plus, we got that death card right in the beginning. I don't think it's going to last very much longer in the form that it is. I'm picking up that it's going to be changing itself completely because of that death card. Death doesn't necessarily mean death, it means great change. So there's going to be a huge change with the New York coin. Okay. And it's making money from it is going to be hard, very, very hard to make a lot of money from it. Okay. So let's get into the truckers. Do the truckers for freedom get things done in Ottawa? I know Trudeau is not going to be talking to them. Okay. He's already stated that he's sending some guy named Butts. So Trudeau is not the brave man that he appears to be. That he's sending some lackey to, who was actually fired or quit from his cabinet and then got rehired on, okay, to go talk to the truckers. So, interesting times here in Canada. Gerald Butts, is that his name? Yeah, he had left for quite some time because this was some issue, and I think he got back into it. I don't know if it's just for this instance, but let's see how that goes. Uh, Truckers will get what they were trying to achieve. Okay, and it's going to turn everything on its head here in Canada. Like I had said in a past video, the whole scenario is changing completely. Okay, so it's just Canada, I don't think, got the memo. We got the UK, we got Japan, we got Rome, we got Italy, and many of the other countries around the world have gotten rid of all that nonsense, except for Australia, Canada, and Germany, I think, that are still going along with this scenario. Truckers are going to be putting the pressure on Ottawa, okay, and an agreement will be forthcoming, okay, for the betterment. Okay, this is the time that the movie that we've been watching for the last 2 years is going to be coming to an end. Maybe not for the general population. It's going to take them some time to catch on what had been happening, but not much after that. Gerald heard the convoy is 120 kilometers just passing St. Norbert. I think they just were here in Manitoba. And last I heard is they were getting into Brandon. People coming out cheering, awesome. Yeah, last I heard they were getting into Brandon very soon. But he's a lobbyist who some say controls that blackface puppet. That could be. That could be why he gave up a while back and probably came back to help Mr. T out, or Mr. Trudeau. Let's have a look at what Mr. Butts is going to achieve. Well, we got the tower. Okay. And that should tell you everything of what's going to be happening between the truckers and Mr. Butts. He's going to go in with half-hearted idea. Okay, he's not going to be all in because I have this feeling that he's looking at Trudeau. You want me to do what? Okay. So he's going to half-heartedly try to do something, and the Trudeau bunch is going to be trying to throw something together to make it look good for the Trudeau bunch. That they're not a bunch of butts, right? So it's not going to go well for him, and people are going to be waking up a bit more. Nuremberg trials. Yes, that's all I'm going to say about that. Hopefully, they have enough rope. Okay. Um, they're at Deacon's Corner now. It's quite a if you're not too clear on Canadian geography, that's quite a distance actually from Winnipeg. Okay, let's get back to my list here. We got Tefood. Okay. This is just suggestions from people from my comments section. And we'll get through those and we'll get back to the comments. So, Tefood. The health of Tefood. I'm not quite sure what that cryptocurrency is or isn't. Um, but the cards are just showing me that their health isn't the greatest as they need to be to move forward, and that's being shown in the price as well. It's a little bit confused on what they actually want to be or the direction that they want to be, and this is affecting the price of it. Everything is going to be turned on its head for whatever reason because they're too tied to an idea. Okay. So um, it may be one to stay clear of. Okay. Peter says, otherwise, I have the rope. Okay. We don't want to go too much into that. Okay. This is YouTube, and I think Twitch is a little sketchy on what you can and cannot say. So what else we have here? We have do some crypto readings. Telcoin, Varsity, Modify, Chias. Okay, well let's do one of those at least, and then we'll get back to my list. Hello, Andre. Do you think Canadians will get bailed in with all the money printing? I do see some new system coming in. Okay, and the old system is going to be dying worldwide. The white hats are putting this into place as we speak. So the transition is going to be really bumpy. I was talking about this just not long ago. So I think there's going to be money coming back to the people just to keep them afloat, and then it's just back to business as usual for the regular people, getting back to work and getting things back running. Okay. Um, uh, Brad says he knows a good tree. Awesome. Don't want to get into that. You're on YouTube, but what was the coin we're talking about? Telcoin. Wow. Seems like a very awesome coin, actually. The health of it is very good. There was a long journey that they had to go through, a lot of hurdles, more of technical difficulties that they had to overcome, which is normal. Uh, but overall, it's a pretty good project according to the cards. Okay, I don't know too much about it um, in the physical realm, as it were, and all the people that are part of this project seem to be up on the up and up. So that looks like a good coin to get into. Not financial advice, of course. Um, so somebody's asking about Jade Protocol. We'll do that one, then we'll get to the last coin on my list. So Jade Protocol. Jade Protocol, I think I've done a couple of readings on that one previously. I think in the past readings it was okay. Okay. Not amazing or anything, like not like Bitcoin, but the health of it seems to be a little shaky right now. Okay. There's a lot of observation, a lot of emotional tension with this cryptocurrency. A lot of things they were hoping would come about kind of fell flat on its face. There's going to be somebody that's going to be coming along to help them out, kind of the magician, and coming into the fray to help them get back on their feet. Okay, or get that proper direction that they need to be going. Money could be okay for the next little while. It's going to be a little scant for a little while, and then build itself up as the whole crypto and regular market are going bouncity bounce. So will Jade Protocol. So that's probably what that's coming into. Would be a good time to get into that project. Not financial advice, of course. So the last one on my list, somebody was asking about Pi Network. Haven't heard this one for quite some time. I think it's a cryptocurrency that you can do on your phone, if I'm not mistaken. And I haven't heard much about them for quite some time. I think most people were into B and then some other ones. And there's a lot of these going around. So just to have a quick look at Pi Network. It seems to be just fine. Health wise, they got the right mix of people and technology together. You're not going to become a millionaire from it if you're just mining it on your phone, but you make pretty good money, like $2-3 or whatever it is, kind of like B. And I can't remember the first one of this type, but it went up from it was at $20, and then you can do about $2 now, like most of them, as more and more people become miners. Overall, it seems to be just fine. There's a little bit of regulatory things going on behind the scenes, but overall, I think Pi Network is just fine. Okay, so that was the last on my list. Um, Getting back to the comments here. So we did Jade Protocol. Lightning Labs, yes, has a partnership with World Economic Forum. That is correct. Should we be concerned? I think the white hats are turning that around. Okay, a lot of the things that the nasty people were doing are starting to be taken over by the white hats. And this is a lot of the things that are into the financial realm and government. And this is part of the reason why governments around the world are changing their tune about, you know what. And we're going to see that more and more as we go along. Even watching global news here today, their narrative is starting to change. That means the white hats are in there and changing everything and the direction of governments around the world. And this too is Lightning Labs. Sent $10 bill. Thanks. Oh, thank you. Good morning from Australia. What do you think about Amazon stock? Will it hit 4,700? That's a good question. Let's just do cards here. Oh, Silica, everybody's favorite. One of mine too. I just got a whole bunch of Zilliqa myself. So I got like 600 not that long ago, which is about $60. But we're talking about Amazon stock. The health of it is just fine. It's one of the few that are growing right now with everything else going on. They're thinking of getting into other things. I do see a split happening with Amazon. Anyone who doesn't know stocks, when it splits, it's an awesome thing to happen with a stock. And I do see new partnerships coming into the fray as they get new things bought up. The company itself, they're going to be purchasing other companies, so that stock price is probably going to go high. I'm not sure about 4,700, but it would probably be close to that. We don't really have a time. You didn't specify a time. So yes, it will get to that point, but I'm not quite sure when. Okay. It'll be close in the next 2 years of that price. So yeah, overall, even though Amazon's kind of shady right now, it's still a good stock to get into. So Zilliqa, everybody's favorite Zilliqa. Well, let's do Dash because Jojo asked first, and then we'll get into stock. Okay, I haven't talked about Dash in quite a long time, so it's one of my favorites going forward. It's kind of the coin nobody talks about anymore, but it's awesome project. So Dash. The health of it is okay. They lost some leadership, I think, along the way, which is kind of making it a little shaky. Because I know the original guy stepped down to do something else within the organization, and they got a new guy. I think there's going to be a new guy after that coming very soon, and it's going to make things a little shaky for the next little while for Dash. But overall, in that, I think the ideas that this new person brings to the fray are going to be what Dash needs for the future growth. They're going to have some trouble with money in the next little while because of expansion. Okay, they're very much into the African and South America continents. That's where they do a lot of their stuff. and they're going to be expanding from there. Many of the things that the cards are showing me, the person that is leaving was kind of bringing it to the not a good place to be. Not from he wasn't doing it on purpose. He just thought it was the right thing to do. So they needed a new direction. Okay, but overall, Dash is just great. DGB, one of my favorites as well. Somebody's asking, are the White Hats a coalition of dissenting military factions in the Western world? I think they're more of the Navy, actually, from the United States and other military personnel and other business people that are helping us out. Okay. And you see little glimpses of them every so often. Okay. Especially at the White House, there was little explosions going on. It's kind of them telling us that we're taking the whole thing down. Kind of a throwback to 9/11. They're not actually going to explode the White House. They're just showing little hints of taking out the old leadership and putting new leadership, or changing the old leadership into something a little bit better. So Mr. Biden is kind of weird right now in his speeches. Even now, he's a little demanded. He's being told what to say by these people. Okay, and it's coming out weird. Okay, Zilliqa, getting back on track here. Okay, Zilliqa. I know they were having some trouble because they're trying to implement NFTs into their platform. And I think had a reading on that a couple shows ago. And they're bringing somebody else into the organization to help them with that because they were having some difficulties implementing NFTs into their platform. But the coin itself is just fine. Even though it hasn't been talked about for quite some time in the greater news of YouTube and all that, they're just trucking along. It's going to be one of the bigger coins that still coming out. Finishing off my cards here. There's some new leadership coming into the fray to go forward. They're going to do very, very well for the next year or so. Hey, Andre, did you talk about the Pi Network? Yes, I did. Is it a scam? It's a scam to where you're not going to make a lot of money from it. You're going to make pennies basically from mining Pi Network. I don't think it started off as a scam. Okay. It's just the way things became. Okay. Just to stay, for them to stay alive. Okay. Hopefully that makes sense. Overall, it's okay. You're not going to be hugely rich from it unless you buy a ton of it. It's something that I'm not really interested in personally, but those kind of coins like B and Pi Network, and I forget the other ones that are very similar to it, they're okay. Yeah, you're welcome. Makes complete sense. It's a fun thing to do on your phone. Um, let's do DGB. Why not? It's one of my favorites. And then we're gonna see who comes up with the quick one. This will do one more, and then we'll call it a day. What's my favorite crypto? My favorite crypto is Bitcoin. And it's the one I had the most money into. DGB, and we'll do Matic. Okay. TGB is, they're still at it, still going strong. They're kind of behind the scenes mostly because all the things going on. It's not talked about a lot, especially on YouTube. Still going strong. There's going to be this downturn like everything else for them financially, and then we'll come back up. Team is strong. Everything is a go with GB, TGP, and nothing really seriously going bad with them. Let's get into Matic. You're welcome, Raymond. One more, and then we'll call it a day. Supper's almost ready. Matic coin is a lot of people's favorite. Ooh, they just got over some bad relations in their team, and they got rid of them and bringing in new people. Okay, we got the tower with their card. They were trying to bring things down and they're gotten rid of. The health of it is okay. There's some emotional tension within Matic because of this one individual, but all cards are saying that it's going to be just fine. Okay. Once they get over these hurdles that are coming up for all the cryptocurrencies and their own little problems, they'll be just fine. Basically, business as usual. Okay, I think we'll call it there. Always grateful for everybody that's donating down below. If you'd like to have a personal reading with me, the information's in the description box below. And make sure you like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the future.